So the second question we have, it's kind of related to the first one, but probably goes a little bit deeper, or maybe just touches a little bit, but we haven't covered yet. Do you think that the music has color scheme? And we talk today particularly about organ music. So if you agree with that assumption, so if you think that music has a color scheme, organ music particularly, in what colors do your music come to Kazan? So if you could describe your Kazan concert program, what composers you're playing, why you've chosen them, not others, what sort of color scheme are you expecting to be in the air? So what sort of color scheme you'll be playing and giving the message in?
Tatiana, that is a really hard question, because I said just now that music perhaps sounds different to everyone. It raises different memories, different hopes, and so forth. The question of color, yeah, it is a difficult one. I do see music in lots of colors, and many other people I think feel the same. In my concert program, I'm choosing some music by Bach, quite a lot of music by Bach, and also some music by Jean Alain, French composer from the early part of the 20th century. A word about Bach. Of course, Bach's name is very much associated with organ music. He left us a great amount of organ music, and indeed it's some of the very finest, arguably the finest organ music that's ever been written. But actually, Bach never had a really great organ to play upon in his lifetime. They were okay, they were adequate, but they were not the finest organs of his day. And it's as if Bach was very much thinking from his head. Yes, intellectually, but also emotionally. His music seems to speak very much too of his own personal faith in God, seen from the perspective of the Lutheran Church. And so, when we talk about the colours that he had in mind, it's not very often that he tells us. There are pieces in which he says, and when I played the 6 chorale preludes based upon the hymn tunes, the Schubler chorales they're called, then he does give us some indications of the stops to use, but only very general. And the thing about the organ, especially a good organ, and I believe I'm to play an excellent organ in Kazan, there is a wealth of colour. There are colours which are very, very clear. For example, in one of the chorales, he asks for this sparkly sort of sound. Please turn it off.